Hello friends, welcome in this session. Today we are going to discuss two devices which are typically used for measurement of flow velocity, fluid velocity or the discharge. One is the turbine flow meter and the second one is ultrasonic flow meters. These two devices we are going to discuss today. So here we are observing turbine meter. So these we are referring the sketches first. So the first sketch here it is showing the pipe outer side you are observing, and inside pipe there is shaft and some blades are fitted called as rotated and bearing it is fitted. Simple principle. When the water moves over the blades, as these blades are having a particular design, from inlet to outer section of the blades, the fluid imparts its energy to the runner blades and it starts spinning around the axis or starts rotating. The blades are fitted with the permanent magnets, and here is the pickup where the coiling arrangement is there and through which these pulses can be generated. Further analog to digital conversion, we will get the readings in digital form also. So here is the cross sectional sketch you are observing here. So this is a pipe. Inside pipe, these are the turbine blades fitted on the rotor shaft, and here is a magnetic pickup. So when the magnet fitted in comes in closer vicinity, closer contact with this magnetic pickup arrangement, it will generate the pulse. And how these turbine blades are rotating from inner section to outer section of these blades, here in the zoom you are observing on these blades, it imparts its energy and the rotor starts rotating. Actually in 3D sketch also we can observe this. That sketch we are observing, these are the flanges, cut section is shown over here, and this is a rotor. It's a magnetic arrangement, the shown in outer side labeled as 1. 2 is the rotor blade. These are the blades we are observing here, and this is the flange. So pipes are connected on the left and right flange. When the fluid moves, it glides over the vanes or blades of the rotor. Energy inside the fluid that gets imparted to the blade when the water or the fluid glides from inner section to outer section, it imparts its energy to the blade and ultimately it starts rotating. So these are the three sketches. If you are observing these three sketches, then we can start the working. How the turbine flow meter works. Turbine flow meter is the use the mechanical energy of the fluid to rotate a rotor or pinwheel in the flow stream. Blades on the rotor are angled to transform energy from the flow stream into rotational energy. Ultimately, whatever the energy in the fluid that gets transmitted to the vanes. The rotor shaft spins on bearings. When the fluid moves faster, the rotor spins proportionally faster. As the velocity of the fluid increases, the rotational speed of the rotor also increases. These turbine flow meters now constitute 7% of the world market in the flow measuring devices that is shown over here. Shaft rotation can be sensed mechanically or by detecting the movement of the blades. Blade movement is often detected magnetically with each blade or embedded piece of metal generating a pulse. Turbine flow meter sensors are typically located external to the flowing stream. Sensors are located outside to avoid material of construction constraints that would result if weighted sensors were used. When the fluid moves faster, more pulses are generated. Depending upon the rotation of the blade, suppose the transmitter processes the pulse signal to determine the flow of the fluid Transmitters and sensing systems are available to sense flow in both the forward and reverse flow directions. The flow may be moving from left to right or right to left. The blades are designed in such a way. So this flow meter can be applied to sanitary, relatively clean and corrosive, non-corrosive liquids in sizes up to approximately 24 inches. In general, we have to consider clean fluid. Smaller turbine flow meters can be installed directly in the piping, but the size and weight of larger turbine flow meters may require the installation of substantial concrete foundation and supports. So we have to consider how much diameter that pipe is having. The flow of corrosive liquids can be measured with proper attention to the materials of construction of all weighted parts such as the body, rotor, bearing and fittings. So we have to consider in wet condition there may be a chance of corrosion. Suppose application for turbine flow meters are found in the water, petroleum and chemical industries. Fluid suppose. Advantages and disadvantages we have to consider. Very good accuracy, plus minus 1% over design range. It has low pressure drop. Analog and digital readings can be obtained. It gives fast response. Medium initial setup cost. So only we have to consider some shaft on that blades are fitted and bearings and how it is mounting inside the piping arrangement or the outside the piping arrangement. We have to consider how the pulses can be generated and detected. Disadvantages: bearing maintenance is the problem because it may be mounted inside the pipe. Accuracy drops at low flow rate. Just imagine when the water is flowing only half field of the pipe, upper side of the blades that is not subjected to the fluid pressure, so energy imparted is less. So of course it is rotating with the speed in error. So it is used for clean fluid only. It requires inline mounting. So with these some advantages and disadvantages, we can sum up this flow meter called as turbine flow meters. So sketch its working, a bit of construction, how it is mounted and this, and then advantages and disadvantages. Now we are moving towards ultrasonic flow meter. Just observe, these two flanges are there and these are the probes through which we have to transmit or receive the ultrasonic waves. The instrument is fitted and you will get the reading over here. In another sketch you will find these black portions are the pipes are connected with the flanges. Two flanges are shown over here, and here you will observe this is the ultrasonic beam. The arrow shows the direction of fluid from left to right. Suppose right to left is also possible. Inside of the pipe, what is the arrangement? And these are the transmitter and receiver probes that are mounted outside the pipes. So ultrasonic waves that can be transmitted in the pipe, when it comes to the bottom section, it reflects back. Sensor rack is mounted at the top, that is on the outer side. So this is the arrangement. Here is the processor electronics converter. You will get the analog signal gets converted into digital form, digital reading, which gives directly the fluid velocity. So if you are understanding this sketch, we are straightway moving towards the working. What is the constructional arrangement? So here also ultrasonic waves are transmitted, and the transmitter and receiver heads that are fitted on the outside of the pipes. How ultrasonic flow meter works? Ultrasonic flow meters use sound waves to determine the velocity of a fluid flowing in a pipe. So sound waves are used. At no flow conditions, that is when the pipe is empty, the frequencies of an ultrasonic waves transmitted into a pipe and it reflects from the bottom of the pipe are the same. That means in the empty pipe, when there is no flow condition, transmitted waves and received waves at the transmitter and receiver end are same. Now we have to consider the different velocity of the pipe or different pressure conditions of the pipe, or when the pipe is fully filled, fluid is flowing, half filled, fluid is flowing. Under these conditions, what happens with these transmitted waves? So under flowing conditions, the frequency of the reflected wave is different due to the Doppler effect. What is Doppler effect? When the waves are transmitted in the fluid stream, so transmitted and received waves, the pattern is different, and that depends upon the pressure or the flowing rate of the fluid. That effect is called as Doppler effect. So when the fluid moves faster, the frequency shift increases linearly. That means transmitted and received frequency. So this shift increases linearly. The transmitter, that means it causes more resistance. The transmitter processes signals from the transmitted wave and its reflections to determine the flow rate. Transit time, ultrasonic flow meters send and receive ultrasonic waves between transducers in both the upstream and downstream directions in the pipe. At no flow conditions, it takes the same time, transmitting and receiving time is same, to travel upstream and downstream between the transducers. Under flowing conditions, the upstream wave will travel slower and take more time than the downstream wave, which one is faster. When the fluid moves faster, the difference between the upstream and downstream time increases because it causes more resistance to penetrate or to transmit the waves. The transmitter processes upstream and downstream times to determine the flow rate. So, what is the working principle or what is logic behind this discussion or description given here? So, when the flow rate increases, it causes more resistance for transmitting the waves from the transmitter head and receiver heads. So, this difference might be considered as Doppler effect, suppose, and with this, whatever the wave pattern at the receiver end, that we have to consider, which will help us to determine the fluid velocity. Advantages and disadvantages we are going to discuss. It offers negligible obstruction to the flow. That means if we are considering the turbine blades are fitted in or mounted in the pipe, which will cause the obstruction to the fluid flow. Here is not the case of obstruction. It has plus minus 2% accuracy of the full scale value. Accuracy percentage is given. Very high accuracy, suppose. It has linear relationship with the velocity and output. As the velocity of the fluid increases, output increases, suppose. The output is insensitive to variation in the viscosity, density and temperature. That means though the parameters of the fluid such as viscosity, density and temperature goes on changing, it does not have any effect on the output. It can be used in bidirectional flow. Any side may be upstream or downstream. As there is no moving part, low maintenance cost. Moving parts are inside the turbine flow meter. The maintenance is the problem there. It can be used for corrosive or slurry fluid measurement because there is no chance of corrosion as the transmitter receiver heads are mounted on the outside of the pipe. Only we have to transmit the waves. What are the disadvantages? It is a costly device, hence it has limited application and skilled operators are required. So in the ultrasonic flow meter, we are using the ultrasonic waves and which are transmitted in the fluid stream, and we are noting the what happens at the receiver end and at the transmitting end. So in this way, ultrasonic flow meter can be considered. So thank you very much, friends. We have to consider the questions on this topic. Suppose state the advantages and disadvantages of flow turbine flow meter or ultrasonic flow meters. So we have to note it separately. Very simple advantages, disadvantages. Explain construction and working, or explain the working of turbine flow meter with a Nitz gauge. Explain the working of ultrasonic flow meter with Nitz gauge. So we have to state the working principle clearly. What is the working principle in turbometer? As the fluid glides over the blades, it imparts its energy, it starts rotating, magnets are fitted on the rotor blades at the tip. When it comes in contact with the coil, it will generate the pulse. In case of ultrasonic flow meter, ultrasonic waves are transmitted in empty pipe, the same time is there, but when the pipe is fully moving, then at the transmitted waves and receiver waves there is a time difference because of the higher pressure of the fluid, and that is called as Doppler effect, and because of this time response it will shows us the pattern, and that pattern we are going to consider to measure the flow rate. So thank you very much.